Alright. The dinner. Well, I mean, we know it was a dinner. There's no argument that they didn't have dinner. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grinwy left to visit the garden. Well, he did, didn't he? I mean, we can even look here. So yes, I believe it. I believe that he went to the garden. Dame Catterline followed behind a few moments later. My housemaid discovered the pair just after the photographer left. Okay. But was she really the... Was she the one who discovered it? I'm trying to remember. Okay, she probably was the one who actually discovered it, so... I'm not exactly sure here. I mean... I guess I could just press something and go with it. I mean, the dinner went magnificently. I mean, I guess it did, but there was no silverware. So why don't I just press it, see what happens. Baron, I'd like to ask about the dinner you served that evening. Very well, ask away. Yeah, let's ask about this. Earlier today, we established that silverware was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet. Indeed, I am aware of whom the culprit is, but I have decided not to press charges. It is curious then that you decided to serve steak. It isn't what one would describe as finger food, after all. I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food. There's nothing curious about it. Perchoir and Catterline are vocal lovers of rare steak. I was merely suiting their needs. Besides, what other choice did the Baron have, Falcon? Serve vegetable broth like a common peasant? Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous. Sorry, Baron. Should I ask about the herring? Might as well, it might come up. Now, about this red herring. Yes, what about it? I'm not sure, but I feel it is of vital importance to the case. God, I hope. Falcon, I just want to clarify this. Are you saying that you wish to pursue the red herring? Yes. Yes, I wish to closely examine and question the piece of evidence that is overtly labeled as a red herring. This is the type of bird that I am. I see a trail that clearly veers away from my goal, but I follow it anyway. Perhaps the path leads to better things. Perhaps it leads to failure. What matters is that my curiosity is satisfied. You're a strange bird, Falcon. They appreciate the honesty. Okay, that works. Can we please return to the case at hand? No. I don't think we're getting anything out of that. Alright, why don't we move over to Monsieur Grinwy. Baron Rurgrill, Yeah, let's find out more about this. What was your relation to Monsieur Grinwy prior to his demise? We were business partners. Monsieur Grinwy, Signor Perchoir de Mille, and myself all owned a third share in an up-and-coming railway company. Excuse the crassness of this question, but that means that you and Perchoir would now own half of the company each, correct? Correct, I suppose that's a slight glimmer of benefit that arose from this foul situation. But Monsieur, you must understand that Monsieur Grinwy and I were friends as much as we were business associates. I mourn the man's passing. Of course. Do I have another question? Yeah. Let's ask why he visited the garden. Why did Monsieur Grinwy leave to visit the garden? I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. Oh, I see, but that is quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Grinwy felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived, and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Falcon. Surely you weren't suggesting that Monsieur Grinwy's food was poisoned in some way? Why not? Let's say I am. I am. The events are too closely tied to be a mere coincidence. I am no expert, but I think the steak would have been a perfect medium to carry a small amount of poison.
My word, what a revelation! But, what evidence do you have of this poisoning? Bearing in mind, of course, that the, coroner found no signs of poisoning and no poison was found at the crime scene.
Oh, well, to be completely honest, there's no hard evidence of poisoning, but we can speculate. No, Monsieur Falcon, we cannot.
This trial's a farce, guilty for sure.
Shit. Alright, so Monsieur Grimm always had a soft stomach. It really is no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak. Shit. No. Well, let's talk about the garden. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. Baron, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Bullshit. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why's that? Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. It's the cigar that was found in the fountain. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin. Right beside where the murder occurred!
A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and...
As you watch him smoke the exact cigar. Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Okay, sorry, Baron.
That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years, but naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
I would find that believable if the cigar was casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Rorgiel, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Rorgiel, murdered Monsieur Grimm. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder, how shamelessly brazen!
That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity.
No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Rabington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Rorgiel as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Cutting a frog's belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Ribinio confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railroad company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous! And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something! Object! Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence. His finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Pertois Demio, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Catterline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. "This is an outrage! Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic!" "No, there's only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder! You're a Borgias of the worst kind! How dare you, Garshan, the utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous! I'm nothing like the fat cat Borgias. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I ought to gut you right here and now like a damn frog! Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man. Does the count agree with you? Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add?
Well, in a manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no.
Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time. This is neat, because in Ace Attorney, the judge just makes the decision, which isn't how it really works. So it's nice that they're actually including the jury to, come up with a decision here.
Falcon, that was pretty incredible.
Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Catterline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Catterline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure that I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Catterline Demio, to be not guilty. Oh! And oh my god, it looks just like Ace Attorney. It looks just like Ace Attorney. Not guilty!
Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrowson, you did it!
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly.
Guys, we did it. First case.
You did it, Falcon.
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon.
Oh, it was nothing.
I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything, Sparrowson. Oh, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Falcon, there was no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow, I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know.
All right, I'll spell it out for you.
I murdered Monsieur Grinwy. What the fuck? I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand?
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Rorgriel's cigar butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose that was putting too much faith in the brains of Harris's finest.
But Falcon proved that Monsieur Rubinio's photograph was edited.
It was edited. It wasn't in the picture because... I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grinwy in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Rubinio to paint me over Baron
Rugiol and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a Borgias kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? Fuck. Alright, we finished Act 1. Whew. So, this is very different from Ace Attorney because it's very rare that there's a big swerve like that where the person, well, it does happen, but where the person you're actually trying to save, it turns out they were fucking actually guilty. And that's how the game starts. I love it. I'm gonna stop though. Been playing for like an hour and a half. I love the game. Fun as hell. I love the style. I love the art. I love the music. The characters. It feels just like Ace Attorney. Sorry about my voices. They're probably really bad. But hopefully it's entertaining at least. So thanks for watching. And I guess see you in the next case.